Hi everyone, I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to keep this stream up, but looks like we got lucky for a second. So we're here on Highway 1806 in North Dakota. The main Oseti-Sakoan encampment is right over there behind me. So there's been some burnt out military trucks here on the bridge that were left there by the police to intentionally block people being able to advance up 1806 to their former 1851 treaty camp that was evicted on October 27th. So earlier today, when people brought in a semi-truck to try to pull some of the trucks out, police began firing tear gas. That attracted more water protectors from the main camp to the area. Pretty quickly, hundreds, if not thousands of people have streamed in here. We've been out here for hours now. The sheriffs have been hosing people down with really cold water. It's probably like 20 degrees here right now. It's definitely below freezing. I've personally seen, I don't know, at least like 3 dozen tear gas grenades launched. We've recovered some of those and we'll be taking pictures of those. They've been firing concussion grenades, rubber bullets at people. And so I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. You can see those lights are the floodlights the police have been using, both to keep an eye on the crowd and to sort of stop the visibility of people. But so yeah, there's a crowd of, I would say, upwards of 1,000 people on this road right now, and then hundreds of police, but the police are definitely outnumbered here. And then you can see the police line sort of tapers off to the left here. There's a line of riot police stretching into the distance. Earlier, a group of water protectors had started to move around to try to get to the other side, and maybe where some of the DAPL construction's taking place. Now you can see those lights in the distance are Humvees driven by the North Dakota National Guard with police inside. So there's a riot police line there in the dark by a frozen lake, and so those, well, you can't really see very well, but those are military Humvees over there. And some fires have been started up here. We're not sure why. We've seen vehicles. We assume police vehicles active in that area. So yeah, people have been getting doused with cold water and freezing temperatures for hours. Copious amounts of pepper spray and tear gas have been used. Yeah, so here's, trying to turn the light on so you can see. Yeah, this is a tear gas canister someone's showing us. Did you see that get shot?
Yeah, I watched it get shot. I recovered it off of the frozen river there.
Okay. Does it have any sort of brand name or anything on it?
No.
Okay. So can you just describe the scene when you saw it get shot?
Yeah.
So you can see right where I'm centering the frame right now is one of those burnt out military trucks people were trying to remove to clear the highway is still there, but one was successfully removed with a semi. Yeah, I saw them pull they hooked the semi up, hooked up a bunch of chains. The first time the chain snapped off, but they were able to, like, in a few different rounds, like, pull it out. So the highway is still sort of blocked, but people have at least some direct access to the area where the police are now. And behind the police, they could hypothetically access that construction or the treaty camp that was evicted. And all of this where we are is unceded Sioux Nation territory under the 1851 Treaty of Fort Laramie. Which has not been recognized by North Dakota governments or counties. You can see, yeah, they're spraying water. It's like well below freezing out here, and they've been spraying water on everyone for hours. And so over there is some of the rivers and lakes, and that hill over there is where there's been standoffs before. People have tried to cross and set up camp there. A lot of mace was deployed into the water about 2 weeks ago over there. You can see some more tear gas being deployed up there. And yeah, so I'm wearing like a sort of like a winter jumpsuit. I was hosed down pretty heavily up there while recording with my press pass out. And basically, I'm warm, but my entire bodysuit is covered in ice. My hair is all frozen. My hair is ice right now. After being repeatedly hosed down by a water cannon that's being operated from on top of the MRAP up there. The popping noise is them firing either tear gas grenades or concussion grenades. So there's a line of people up in the front with shields and stuff that have been formed, trying to hold back the water the police are spraying. So yeah, it seems like these military Humvees over here have been slowly trying to advance. Yeah, you can't see them in the shot, the crappy zoom, sorry, but those are Humvees. And so yeah, I want to say it was 2 or 3 days ago, late last week, Morton County Sheriff, in both a press release and a press conference, expressed concerns about people camped out here with low temperatures and stuff. They issued an advisory from the North Dakota Department of Health about hypothermia and identifying the symptoms, and they're basically saying, you know, we want everyone to stay safe and healthy out there, basically asking people to please leave the camp so they didn't get hypothermia. So that was the Morton County Sheriff expressing that, but now that same sheriff is here dousing people with freezing water in freezing temperatures. And so yeah, over here, this is all the crowd of water protectors with some vehicles, and then you can see a huge line of police vehicles stretching to the back. Seems like a lot of tear gas getting launched right now. And yeah, we've already got hours of footage of just madness of like tear gas grenades being thrown over frozen lakes. Oh. Yeah, they've been firing tear gas grenades pretty far into the crowd. And so I don't know if the video is uploaded to Twitter yet, but we should have some pictures on Facebook or on Twitter showing the scene earlier as people were using that semi to try to remove the burnt military trucks off of the bridge. On October 27th, sort of way up the road, a little out of sight here, is where the 1851 Oseti-Sakowin Treaty Camp was set up. And the police and the National Guard and sheriffs and different police and sheriffs from all over the country came and violently evicted that camp. And then there was a standoff here in this same area we're looking at, where a whole bunch of police and military vehicles were set on fire. And so some of those vehicles were left there. The police cleared certain vehicles, but chained some together and left them there as a blockade. Looks like a large crowd of people starting to move back. So yeah, I would guess that as a result of the Morton County Sheriff hosing people down with water cannons today, a lot of people are going to be treated for hypothermia. Just a few days after the Morton County Sheriff said they didn't want anyone here to get hypothermia. And there's been sort of groups of people switching out. People will go up front, get hosed down a bunch, get switched out with dry people, change clothes. So it's unclear if people are leaving or just moving around. Some people are getting treated. We're hearing calls for medics. Yeah, I definitely got hit with some mason tear gas tonight, but those symptoms pass or can be treated, but being covered with water and freezing temperatures is potentially deadly.
If anybody up here is live streaming those flares that just went up, that was tear gas going into the medic area.
Okay, so someone just came up and told us that the tear gas was fired directly into the medic area.
That was what those flares were. One of them landed out there.
Yeah, I'm live. Do you care if I put this light on your face? Do you want to talk on camera for a second? Okay, so we got are you a medic?
No.
Okay, well, so someone's here giving us a report back from the front line real quick.
That's what those flares. I don't know if you guys saw those flares come up. Sorry, my voice is hoarse. I got a big whiff of it. That was tear gas. I don't know what kind. They were firing it into the medic area where they are treating people on stretchers.
Oh, okay.
People who were hit by the hose. Sorry, my
cool.
throat is like...
No, that's good. Thank you. So yeah, we're up here on the hill where we were able to get signal. We've been trying to upload some videos from the scene for about 5 hours now. And just saw the signal was good up here, decided to go live. Thanks everyone for watching. Please share this if you can, get more people to watch. So yeah, sort of up there on the ground where I'm focusing the stream, there's literally just like a chalky looking chemical that's getting pushed around by the water. I'm assuming it's, I don't know, either CS or some sort of chemical weapon. So yeah, that water cannon has been going steady for, I want to say, at least 2 to 3 hours now. They're using a lot of water. I think those sounds are concussion grenades. We recovered one of those from the ground. So down here, that's an ATV hauling a load of warm clothes and blankets to reinforce the front line. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is, other than October 27th, this is definitely the largest confrontation we've seen between water protectors and North Dakota law enforcement. It's probably, I don't know, dozens, possibly up to 100 tear gas canisters have been fired. It's a lot. At least 100 will have been fired before the night's over, if I had to guess. I don't know if this is going to go all night or what. So yeah, they're not just shooting tear gas grenades right at the front of the crowd where people are actively resisting. They're firing them well into the back of the crowd where people are being treated for hypothermia. Drone flying over there. Oh well, that's a big, I can taste that tear gas from up here. I got a live. Yeah, I'm live too. It's cool if I stream you. This is Myron Dewey. He's a journalist who's been reporting.
What we have right here is we got first the front line through. As they're doing this,
distraction. On the far side, we're documenting the drill. As the police, National Guard, and the mercenaries on the far side. The mercenaries on the far side, they're documenting, they're starting fires. There are drones over there that are documenting right now. What they're doing is so we got them, the cops, they're right now, the police are trying to push forward and put the barricade forward. And eventually they're going to try to come out.
The helicopter above us.
So we also have our people that are continually being sprayed with water. They're getting hypothermia and they're getting percussion grenades and they're getting tear gas. On the far side, they're also doing it down there. We've got to try to document as much as possible. As you can see, they're coming in on 134, they're coming on 1806. And you can go to Myron Dewey live right now. We're streaming live with the drone. We just chased, we follow Dapple up far. The thing that they're doing is they're going in the back. They're coming in from the back and coming to the front. Anywhere, so it's too high for them to, it's too moist for them to start a fire. But what they're trying to do is push them back, and it's not going to happen. There's frost already setting in. What you can see right here is our people are right in the front, and they're standing there in the face. Even though they're getting maced, they're continuing right now to stand and hold the line. And they're doing it as one gets maced and sprayed, they're staying there, and they're holding their ground. They're holding their ground. They're not leaving. The water protectors are not leaving. And they're continuing to hold their ground. And as the LRAD is macing them and throwing water, they're still holding their ground.
Yeah, so for people watching on our stream, that's Myron Dewey. You can look that up on Facebook. He's got a drone out here too. Myron's been out here as long as we've been recording.
Gas behind the people across the river, and they're pushing everybody back. There's another one. There's another one. They're not stopping. The medic is right there where
So yeah, this scene started around 5 o'clock, and it's just been escalating ever since. And so elders, tribal leaders, and a lot of the different water protectors have repeatedly requested the police reopen this road so they can visit their treaty lands and sacred sites up 1806. And the Morton County Sheriff has said that this bridge, due to the fires that were set on it on October 27th, needs to have core testing done by the Department of Transportation. But they said that the Department of Transportation can't do that. The police will not allow the Department of Transportation to do the work they need to do to reopen this bridge until the protests in the area end. So basically the police are saying this road's closed until all the protesters leave. And so people are just still trying to reopen the road, saying that these are their ancestral lands, their treaty lands, unceded Sioux Nation land that they have the right to access. And so they attempted to removed one of the burnt trucks here, to pursue that goal, to be able to access their territory. And this is how the police are responding. To my knowledge, no arrests have gone down here, just really extensive use of chemical weapons. And the LRAD sound cannon has been well a little bit, mostly earlier around when it was still light up. It's been very fast.
Probably like 15 degrees. The fire's over.
Another fire is that over here? Someone said the police are shooting at the drones that people are using to take video. Myron Dewey saying they just shot at his drone as it was streaming live from the sky.
Everything they have, water, cold water, tear gas, rubber bullets, mace, people. Now they're trying to start fires. Mercenaries behind us, up on the hill, right there, on the west side. And they're right down there. They're communicating with those people up on the hill. They were trying to start fires in between, and it's too cold. The grass is frosty right now, so it's hard to start a fire. Hey, can you guys check if Myron Dewey's live again? Please, go on his Facebook.
So yeah, we're on Highway 1806, less than a mile from the border of the Standing Rock Reservation. The main Oseti-Sakoan camp is actually not on reservation land, it's just right over the border on, it's unceded Sioux Nation territory, but the U.S. government says it's Army Corps land. That's the main camp back there. You can still see some of the campfires and vehicles and teepees and stuff. So that's that camp right over here, and then just right here, maybe half a mile up Highway 1806 is where the police barricade has been set up since October 27th.
You guys said it, spread the word. Tell your friends to share it. Make sure your Facebook is public. Is not live. Myron's not live. You guys tag.
So I'm going to keep this stream going as long as I can. I am covered in ice. Most of my parts of my body are like warm enough to stay alive, but yeah, I'm covered in ice. I had to take my gloves off because they got sprayed with the water cannon. I'm surprised this phone is still functioning. It got sprayed pretty hard too.
It's the only place where I can get live feeds with signal. And it's spraying cold water on people. Probably less than 50 degrees.
So yeah, there goes the water cannon again.
Spraying water.
The water cannon's let up again. So yeah, there's been a lot of people coming and going. It seems like a still pretty sizable crowd of hundreds of water protectors up there. Oh, the drones. The drones come back.
Where'd they get it?
Just caught that drone right out of there.
People can hashtag.
Yeah, if y'all want to see some pretty dope drone footage of stuff from today, or just basically the whole time this Dapple stuff's been going on here, look up Myron Dewey, or Digital Smoke Signals. Also, Drone to Be Wild is another drone photography crew that's been doing some pretty amazing work out here.
So here's what they did. They did shoot it. They did shoot the drone. And Baby Doll is still going.
Yeah.
War Pony.
Wait, were they?
The drone, though.
War Pony can
Oh, they shot it right on that
County
corner?
Police, we got it recorded where they did shoot it.
And Filbert can.
And we're documenting everything that they're doing. DJI, if you're listening, you make one of the best ass drones I've ever flown. This drone is an environmental justice drone. It's been documenting the atrocities that have been happening with the Dakota Access Pipeline. It's been documenting the mercenaries, and it's been documenting the police brutality with the Morgan County Police Department. It's also been documenting the human rights that are happening with non-native relatives in our here at Standing Rock.
So War?
No, I'm live. I've been live for like 30 minutes. I need gloves. I need to stay live and I need gloves. Like, I've been compromising my health to stay live.
Can you hold this for me, please? Thank you so much. Here's a rainbow glove.
Oh, nice.
Very lucky. Not the best glove.
I'm already feeling better. There's a little hole there. Yeah, okay.
Trying to get your finger there.
Alright. So you can't see everyone. Lorenzo's putting gloves on my hands for me.
It's called Team. We're a unicorn, right?
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You want to host for a sec?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Lorenzo's putting gloves on for me. Now they're about to tell you what's going on.
I guess just aim it this way, because don't do this in my face. I don't think that's right. Thank you so much.
Okay, so what the fuck's going on here?
Alright, so a while ago, the authorities, like the Morgan County Sheriff, said they're going to clear this bridge. That's been about 3 weeks. And so from my understanding, water protectors decided to clear the bridge for them. And earlier there was like a semi up here, they had backed up, and then the authorities, the sheriffs, a whole bunch of different folks, like different, basically police forces and sheriff deputies from all over, started using basically tear gas and the concussion grenades. Try and break them up, and then the water protectors came up with shields to make a shield to allow for the truck to latch on. It latched on. It partially pulled one of the burnt out trucks out of the way. And they're saying they want to open the road up so people can use it again. They don't think the Morgan County Sheriff has any intention of doing that, so they're like, we're going to do it for you, is what they said. And then from there, they tried to get the other truck, but then they really started to unload them. Countless tear gas canisters, countless concussion grenades, rubber bullets. I just filmed somebody that got shot with a rubber bullet in the head and was just bleeding profusely. And so you can see that's another concussion grenade. And it's just been ongoing for hours. We just rolled up and we came up just to show some new Unicorn Riot folks that came in from our collective. Like, here. Yeah, and they were like, hey, let's look at this kind of standoff. And then this was already happening, so we started to basically film from that point on. And now it's kind of just a bit of a standstill. There's a lot less people up there, but a lot of medics have been working really hard from what I've been seeing. carting people out. As you can see, the water spray that they're using, and you can see the razor wire up around it is just all encased in ice. That's how cold it is. Even Chris is streaming right now. He is encased in ice, and luckily this is waterproof, or he'd probably not be able to stream right now. So thankfully, you can see the ice crystals.
Wait, can you get a shot of the ice? Is there ice in my hair?
There's ice on your coat right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ice.
For the ice. Yeah. Covered in ice.
Yeah, he's covered in ice right now.
Yeah, I got hit with the hose while I was filming up there a bunch of times.
And so also the water protection eventually kind of went off this left flank and moved to this field. Before there was water that covered this whole area, and the police sort of made their razor wire against that water, but the water's receded now, and the water protectors moved down this way and formed a line and started marching down that way. And then the police basically reinforced. You saw ATVs and Humvees kind of shoot off into this field. And then they started firing tear gas from this point, and so arcing it all the way over in this lining in this field. And there was, I don't know if you saw it, but earlier this is all just filled with tear gas. You couldn't even see through it. And I was actually down there just kind of laying on the ground trying to get some clear air, mostly for my eyes, because it was pretty brutal. Anyway, so yeah, so I wanted to give you that update again. I'm Lorenzo with Unicorn Riot. We've been here since April 1st, kind of covering the story. If you can, just share what's going on here. This is a historic event. This is an event that's unprecedented in history. You have this tribal nations coming together, trying to stop this pipeline to defend water, and also trying to stop the pipeline to defend water all over the place, everywhere. And so right now we're here again. We're live, thankfully, and glad everyone can see what's going on. Water protectors are still down there. We have a film crew still down there, and we plan to stick this out for as long as we can. So thanks a lot for everyone who's been supporting us. And support, if you believe in what's going on here, definitely support what's going on here, because all these people are here. There definitely is not easy. It is not easy. As you saw, our camera person is just covered in ice. It gets cold every night, and it's pretty brutal. So, and it's going to get worse. The weather's going to continue to get worse and worse, and people are very steadfast in staying here. And also, the encampment itself is getting very, very winterized. So it's really interesting how it unfolds. And thankful to be here for sure. If you look at all these lights kind of along the bridge, that's the road that leads to the drill pad, and they put lights across there. And there's basically these things called HESCO barriers all the way from the road, all the way to the drill pad, wall to kind of defend their path. And also, that's what they use in the forward bases in Iraq and also Afghanistan. So they made that here. There's a huge defensive position where they're just getting ready to bore into the desert. The water is more than the water. Thanks a lot. I guess I'll get back to it. If you look down the road, that's a medic vehicle moving forward to try to get some folks out, and they're carting them back to the triage. And I'm sure the triage right now is there's just tons of people there, because a lot of people were soaked with water. A lot of people were, they're worried they get hypothermic. People were bringing up blankets and space blankets and just everything they could to kind of help the people who are up in the front. And it was a really kind of interesting effort to kind of see unfold and kind of come together, because at first there was, maybe 50 people on this bridge trying to get that vehicle off, and over time more and more people came out of the camps and came to help everybody who was here. So. Yeah.
The crowd's trying to shame on you.
Do you need anything else?
Really dry socks and shoes, but I think I'm just gonna hold up here and go down.
Yeah, if you want, I can do that.
Oh yeah, that's another option. Do you have your hotspot?
I don't think it's.
9:20 p.m. here in North Dakota. Unceded Sioux Nation treaty territory. And yeah, you can see that's the razor fence there. When you get up close, it's covered in ice from all the water they've been spraying. Yeah, tripod there, that was easier. Yeah. That looks like a Humvee down the front. North Dakota Army National Guard, it's driven by the North Dakota National Guard, and other like SWAT. They're saying logistics, which often just driving. When our journalist Lorenzo was arrested, mass arrest on October 22nd, they were driven to jail in a bus driven by the National Guard. So here in North Dakota, 2016, the National Guard